Alright, y'all, so we will probably be turning off our fruit tree cuttings because all of our trees are starting to bloom. All the peaches and pluots and almonds are blooming. But I wanted to answer some questions. We get lots of questions about rooting the cuttings and top growth and roots and different things. They all root at different rates. So it depends on all different kinds of factors. But what I wanted to show you is once we root it in this smaller pot, what do I do next? And I'll show you that. I'm going to transplant a tree, and I wanted to show you that. But just because you're not seeing top growth doesn't mean that the cutting is still not rooting. These are all the same cuttings from the same tree. They all look different. Some of them look sadder than others. You just want to, the part art, part science is just getting a good feel for the moisture in the container. And you just don't want it to be too moist because that'll rot the cutting. And it's just kind of figuring that out for yourself. There's not really a science to it. I think it's more of an art. It all depends on how hot it is in here, how much evaporation and all these different things. And it's just practicing, you know, practice makes perfect. And this is all part of the practice. But so when I go from a 4-inch pot, the next thing I do is I upgrade to a 3-gallon pot, and I'll show you out here in the ground.
All right, go ahead.
So this is a white Pakistani. This was in a 4-inch pot, and before I permanently put it in the ground, I plant it in a 3-gallon pot and dig a hole and bury it in the ground. And what this does is it's going to allow the tree to grow, and it's going to allow the root structure to mature, so that when you go to put it in the ground, it has a large root structure. So I will show you what I mean by this. So this has been in the ground. I put this in the ground last summer. This will make this tree ready to go straight into the ground, and it won't have to struggle and all that stuff. So check that out, y'all. So this tree has a very well-established root structure. And now what that'll enable me to do is a lot of times I can just...
Careful, there's fire ants at the bottom of that shovel.
And this should slide out just like that. And now what you have, a very well-established tree with a nice root flare, and you can plant this tree nice and high. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna plant this tree like with this much of the root flare sticking out of the ground. I'm gonna go plant it over there. That way this tree has a very successful chance of survival, and you can plant it nice and high. Now if you're looking for bare root trees, go on over to foodforestnursery.com. The Texas Boys 10 will get you 10% off. They have some beautiful trees. We just planted 4 or 5 of their trees, and we're really excited to partner up with them. They're out of Arkansas. They're great people, and they provide beautiful, very mature bare root trees. They have a very user-friendly website. You can click on your planting zone, and it'll show you what fruits and berries and companion plants are good in your zone. I hope this information helps. We had 3 cherry trees right here in a row, and they did really well for 3 or 4 years, and then they all decided to die. And
at the same time.
At the same time. It's very strange.
Very weird.
You can still see the base of that one. And you'll hear all kind of people say, dig a hole 3 times bigger and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll probably say, oh, well, idiot, that's why your cherry tree died. But no, that's not what I died. So I loosen up the hole and making sure it's nice and soft in the bottom and all that good stuff. We have lots of comfrey planted around here too. I just loosen up the hole so that way the roots can go down. Root flare above the soil elevation. You don't want that buried too deep. And I don't even care if these larger roots are like exposed, because that's going to, that's just like an exposed root flare on a more mature tree. And that helps the tree bring in oxygen and convert and do all that cool stuff. And that's how you can take a small little 4-inch tree and then in 1 year plant it in the ground. And now we have a white Pakistani here. We have a black Pakistani here. 1.5-inch caliper that it can stay outside, and it survived the winter. So we got a white pack, a black pack, and an Aus Turk. So we have 3 different varieties of mulberries here in the front yard, all companion planted with comfrey. All right, y'all. Well, hope that helps. Y'all have a great day. See you on the next video.